Let's pretend that you have a wealthy grandmother who, on your 10th birthday, offers to buy you 100 shares of stock in the company of your choice. Sounds fun, right? That is the premise for this favorite NGPF project, which is titled Five Stocks on Your Birthday. Hi, I'm Amanda Volz from NGPF, and I'm going to take you on a walkthrough of this activity and then offer you some teacher tips on how you can implement it with your students. So again, this is a project within our investing unit, and it starts with the premise that grandma is going to buy you 100 shares of stock on your 10th birthday. She's only going to buy you one company, but what students do is they research 5 different companies in order to see which one they would select, which one would be the best value, which one has the highest ROI, what would be the best value for grandma. So in this activity, you first start by having students note when their 10th birthday was. They then will pick 5 different companies to research and see what the adjusted close price was on their 10th birthday. Now, to do that, students will use Yahoo Finance, and I'll show you just quickly a tutorial on how to find that information. But if you want more in-depth kind of process or maybe a video to share with your students, there's a how-to video linked right here. So students will use Yahoo Finance, and I'll take you there right now to show you. And they'll be able to look up the historical price in order to fill out that first chart. So let's assume that they are maybe going to choose Disney as one of their stocks. And it's fun to hear how students pick the companies that they're choosing, whether it's something that they liked when they were 10, or they're thinking of a company that grew a lot since their 10th birthday. Kind of fun. The conversation is great for this particular activity. So once you research that stock chart, you'll then just click over here on the left-hand side to historical data. And you're able to then change the date range for the date that you're looking for. So for example, if the student's birthday was March 1st, and remember it's on their 10th birthday, so we'll just do 2015 as an example. 2015, 2015. I'm just going to put that date as the second day, and I click done. I'm then, maybe there isn't some information there. Let me just widen that range just a little bit. Potentially that's on a weekend, so there's not information available. Here we go. Now we have March 2nd, 2015, and we see that adjusted close price right here. So based on honestly just what happened, there is some teacher tips in here. If students, the birthday hasn't occurred during that year, if it wasn't a trading day, you'll see there's some tips, kind of like what we just noticed. So that's the first part. They'll pick 5 different companies. They'll find the adjusted close price on their 10th birthday, as well as the ticker symbol. The second part of the activity, they'll use a stock tracker. And here's the spreadsheet, the link to it. I'll go ahead and open it up so you can get a preview of it. And this is where they'll track the price from their 10th birthday until the most recent price within this stock tracker. So you see across the bottom, there are 5 companies are listed there. The yellow cells are essential for them to fill out. So they'll want to include the company name, a link to that Yahoo Finance price, and then the adjusted close on their 10th birthday. They've already researched that as part of the document. They'll then go in from their 10th birthday until most recent and put in that adjusted close price. And what will happen is if all of those cells are filled out, it will automatically calculate the value of their stock. So essentially their 100 shares times the price, as well as their ROI or return on investment. And what also populates are these graphs here at the bottom that they'll use for some analysis in this project. So they'll do that for all 5 of their companies. And what will happen is that information, that the value in the ROI, will automatically transfer to this final sheet here, which is the stock comparison. So they'll have all of this data available to then do some analysis and see which of these 5 companies would have maybe been the best purchase and be able to answer some questions. So first step is to choose their 5 companies, find that adjusted close price. Second step, they'll track the prices in the stock tracker. Part 3 is that stock comparison tab, which will automatically kind of transfer those values over. And then in the last part of the activity, part 4, they'll use that information to then write a stock report. And there's a template to the report right here in which they'll look at all of that data, look at the graphs, and answer some kind of questions there in the stock report. There is some additional information here about spreadsheet use, if that's helpful to you, here in this document. So that's a general overview of this activity. And again, promotes lots of discussion. It's a perfect activity to use when you're teaching stocks and when talking to students about the value of the stock. Maybe you teach them how to calculate return on investment. So it allows them to look at all of that information and kind of the growth of stocks over time. Now, here's some teacher tips. My first teacher tip is I would highly recommend that you do the first company together as a class. So introduce them to the idea of the project and then have the whole class kind of come to a consensus on one company. For example, we're all going to research Disney. The nice thing about doing one together is it'll allow you to show them how to use Yahoo Finance to find that adjusted close price, but also it'll allow you to show them how to input correctly into that stock tracker spreadsheet. So that's my first tip. Do one together, and then you can set them free to choose their own after that. The second tip that I'll offer is I did use this in the classroom with students. I worked with mostly 12th grade students, and my class periods were about 55 minutes in length. And due to some of that, I ended up reducing this assignment. Instead of 5 stocks on your birthday, I reduced it to 3 stocks on your birthday. And I just did that because it fit my class periods better. We ended up doing one together, and then they did 2 on their own. And it took my students about 2 class periods to do this project by selecting 3 stocks instead of 5. Other ways that you could adjust this activity, there are some teacher tips as you see here in the answer key. Maybe you have 5 different groups and you have each group choose a different company and present that information to the class. And then you decide as a whole, maybe what would be the most or the best company to choose. So lots of different ways that you could do it. One other tip that I will share with you is the stock report here at the end. I took that stock report and instead of having it as another document or external link, I just copied that information to another page in this project assignment. Then they were turning in this document and the stock tracker. So it just reduced from 3 different documents to 2 different documents. You could also, again, customize this. That's what's wonderful about NGPF curriculum. You can switch it and change it and customize it. But maybe instead of a stock report, they do a mini slideshow or they do a small poster or somehow maybe present in a different way that you could encourage, like a gallery walk or some other way of sharing their information. You could adjust that at the very end. So great project to include when you are teaching stocks. Lots of questions emerge. Students get excited and interested in the stock market and different types of stocks. And it's honestly a great way for them to learn about the growth of stocks over time.